Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Hi.
Happy Monday to you all.
Yeah.
It's MNAC week, so we expected this. It's nothing to be surprised about. Right?
Yeah. It just seems like when we get to conference tournament basketball, sometimes Mother Nature will kind of throw a curveball as far as scheduling is concerned. But it's like I was telling Jeremy, I don't know how organizers feel, but I think this is better than this hitting at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Because I think if hitting us now, I think that hopefully there will be enough ability to make schedule changes to get the tournament in.
Yeah.
As opposed to if this was hitting, say, Thursday and Friday of this week. So, hey, we roll with the punches here in Nebraska, right?
That's right. And the weather looks pretty good as we get closer to the end of the week and the weekend. So today, winter weather advisory in effect through tonight and through tomorrow until midnight. Right now they're talking about we could see somewhere 5-6 inches by the end of the day today, 1 to 2 maybe more tomorrow. So they're hedging their bet at 4 to 8 inches total. So good news is that big old snowflakes coming straight down this morning. The bad news is there's some frozen moisture underneath that snow, at least here in Broken Bow. Actually just started snowing here about 5:15. I was getting ready to scrape the windows this morning because there was a lot of ice on those windows, which tells you there is that slick surface under there. And boy, it just all of a sudden about 10 after 5:15, it just started snowing big old flakes coming straight down, and it's been doing that on and off ever since. Probably that way in your locale as well. Sounds like the east end of the state may be in a little more harm's way as far as heavy snow than we are. So, yes, we're Nebraskans. Just wanted to right away get this taken care of. The Packers and the Tampa. What was the other team?
Tampa Bay, Dave.
Tampa Bay,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Watched most of that game.
I watched every play.
Didn't watch this third quarter, most of it. But I don't think you can take anything away from Tampa. I did wonder what the coach was doing for Green Bay when he kicked a field goal with a couple minutes left.
I couldn't understand that. Unbelievable.
I think, I don't know, you never know in a game like that whether the other team is making the other team struggle and look bad or if they just aren't playing well. But there were some drop passes on both sides that would have made a difference. The referees were letting them play big time. And it was
until the end.
Until the end, yeah. It was an interesting game. Although I will say this, as much as I love the Packers, and you know how much I love them.
Oh yes, you're a diehard fan.
Life goes on. Kansas City, I think a lot of people are pretty happy about that as well.
Oh boy,
a couple of Nebraska players
be tough
on
to beat.
Yeah, they are. But my focus really last week kind of come off the Packers a little bit. So I just want you to know that.
Time to hop off the bandwagon now, huh?
No, I'm still a Packer fan, although it sounds like the quarterback, Rodgers, may be going somewhere else. He was not very happy, I don't think, with a decision that was made to take the ball out of his hand 10 yards or whatever they were out from the goal line. But that's all in the past for me because I'm concentrating on UFOs.
Are you? Okay. Yeah. All right.
I've seen some tracks out here this morning already that are suspicious to me, and the reports continue to come in on the UFO sightings and possible aliens hatching here in Nebraska. So
wow.
As important as, being loyal to a football team is, it's not as important as aliens possibly hatching out on Nebraska ground. So I'll be following that.
Wow. All right. Now, see, true fans would have a pit in their stomach right now after the way that game played out. But you seem to be fine.
Well, it's just a game. I mean, what's the big deal?
All right. Yeah, well, yeah, at the end of the day, you're right. It is just a game. Again, with the way you're reacting, though, I again say bandwagon fan. You are not a diehard Packers fan. And I think that for those out there, and there are several who are diehard Green Bay Packers fans who probably are just aching today, I just think that you are doing a disservice to anybody who is a fan of a team by just being a bandwagon jumper.
Gosh, you're going for the throat today. Well,
I don't know what got into me.
It's fine, Brent, because there's more important things. We may have aliens coming to Nebraska, flying in, laying eggs, hatching right here in our own grounds. This is important. This is immediate.
Okay,
And
all right.
we don't know whether they're friendly or not.
True. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, let me know if you ever make contact. I would like to hear how that interview went.
Well, I told you earlier, I may have been in a spaceship.
Yeah, you have said that.
A lot of people may have been in spaceships at one time in their life and don't even know it. These are possibilities.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That's that. What do you want to do now?
Well, we better probably go through the changes and postponements. We want to thank our sponsors, Custer Public Power District, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body, who we'll hear from during the show today. And Brent, I believe you said there have been a few changes since we read them last.
Yeah. So let's. I just hit the refresh button, so this should be up to date at the moment. And listen, folks, this is going to be changing, I'm sure, through the course of the day. So feel free to go to sandhillsexpress.com. You can check out the closings and postponements by going to the weather tab and clicking on closings. All right, and Selma Public Schools closed today. Arcadia is closed. Arnold Schools closed. Broken Bow now is closed for today. So Broken Bow Public Schools are closed. Also, Burwell now has closed for today. So Burwell closed. Callaway schools are closed today. Central Community College Lexington and Ord Centers are both closed today. Cozad City Schools are closed. Cozad Haymaker Grand Generation Center, Cozad closed today. No home delivery or bus. Cozad Head Start is closed today. The Dawson County Courthouse is going to be closed today. Gothenburg schools are closed. Gothenburg Senior Center closed today. Lexington Head Start is closed. Lexington Public Schools are closed. Litchfield is closed. No evening activities. Here's another update. Loup County Public Schools in Taylor are now closed for today. No activities. Ord Schools closed. Overton is closed. No activities. Sandhills Public Schools in Dunning closed. Here's another update. Sargent Public Schools are now closed for today. So Sargent is closed. No activities. Stapleton is still showing a 10 o'clock start for this morning. SEM is closed, and Thetford Public Schools are closed today. So that should get you up to date with the school information that we have at this time.
All right, thank you. And Jeremy Shipe showed up at 7:30 this morning. He wanted to be here in case you wanted to call because we want to take your calls while we're on the air. We're not very good at picking up the phone while we're yakking here. So Jeremy is here to take care of any calls that you might have if you want to call in some closings that you may be considering. And I think Brent is exactly right, as the day goes on and the snow builds, there may be some things that will be changing out there, things like bowling leagues and different activities that may be planned. And then I'm sure that when Brent hears and figures out exactly what the new schedule for MNAC is, we'll be running through that quite often as well, but a little early probably to do that because they're going to have to decide, as you say, what the weather's going to do today and tomorrow, and then go from there. So,
yeah, it was my understanding that they'll be making a decision on that this morning.
Oh, good.
As far as MNAC. Southwest Conference, we did receive word last evening that Broken Bow's opening round games of Southwest Conference have been moved from tonight to tomorrow night. 6 and 7:30. So that is the plan right now for Southwest Conference. Broken Bow scheduled to play at 6, girls at 6, boys at 7:30 tomorrow here in Broken Bow.
All right. Well, we'll follow that for you, and we'll follow anything that changes out there and bring it to you as it comes to us. We're going to take time out to let you hear from those great businesses that always bring you postponements and cancellations here on KCNI KBBN Radio.
From indoor and outdoor to out in the field, Ansley Lumber and Supply has what you need for your projects. There's nothing stronger than LP Smart Side siding for your home, and Pella, Marvin, and North Star windows can increase efficiency greatly. They have them. Does your kitchen need a new look? Well, Ansley Lumber has several lines of cabinets to choose from, and they offer quartz and granite countertops. Benjamin Moore Paint can freshen up a look, plus they have metal for your buildings, plus creosote and copper posts. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
When you're stranded or in a tough spot, call Hunter's Towing and Repair. They serve Broken Bow, Custer County, and beyond with 24-hour towing and recovery. Lockout service, jump starts, portable welding and fabrication, fuel delivery, spare tire changes, and motorcycle towing. Hunter does it all. Available 24/7 at 308-870-1983 or visit hunterstowingrepair.com to learn more about Hunter's Towing and Repair based in Berwyn.
Taylor Heating and Cooling, LLC, the guys you call when you're sweating and want to be chilly or shivering when you want to be warm. Based in Broken Bow, Taylor Heating and Cooling offers the area affordable service, repairs, and installation. Whether residential, commercial, or new construction, they welcome the opportunity to work for you. Give them a call and ask about their many services. 872-6196 or visit TaylorHeatingandCoolingBB.com.
When our cars and trucks hit that nasty patch of ice in the winter, there's not much we can do. You can control what you do with that damage, though. If it's a smash, crash, smack, ding, dent, scratch, or a tap, Fixed Right Auto Body in Broken Bow can help. We're winter weather's #1 enemy. Just call Fixed Right Auto Body in Broken Bow for a free estimate today. 872-6860. That's Fixed Right Auto Body at 872-6860.
Custer Public Power reminds you to be alert of the possibility that storm debris can hide downed power lines. If you see low-hanging or downed power lines, assume that they are energized and deadly. Stay far away, keep others away, and report the location. When bad weather hits, always take time to be extra cautious when you're out and about. You can learn more about storm safety at safeelectricity.org. Keeping your power on and helping you stay informed, Custer Public Power.
All right, a big thank you to those businesses who you'll be hearing from throughout the rest of the day who are going to be bringing you changes due to the weather. So thank them when you get a chance as well. All right, we're going to forego the school lunch menus, of course, because, there's not much school going on, if any. So we're going to play the game, and then we'll get a hold of the grocery cart this morning and see what Steve has in store for you from Grocery Cart in Broken Bow.
All right, Dave, we've been asking questions about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where the first induction took place in January of 1986. In 1988, the Hall of Fame was ready to welcome its first all-girl group. The one they chose had 12 #1 singles. 2 of them were among the Hall's list of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. Who is this groundbreaking, history-making group? Your choices are the Shirelles, Martha and the Vandellas, the Ronettes, or the Supremes. Who was the first all-girl group inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Was it the Shirelles, Martha and the Vandellas, the Ronettes, or the Supremes? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Ritter Hereford Ranch is hosting our annual production sale February 4th at 1 p.m. northwest of Callaway, Nebraska. 170 horned Hereford bulls and yearling heifers will sell. Our customers demand length, performance, disposition, and ease of birth. We select for these, plus carcass, cow traits, and eye appeal. You can have pounds and calving ease. Come and buy at Ritter's annual sale February 4th at Callaway.
Is your New Year's resolution for 2021 to focus on your financial goals? Then Bruning Bank has your back. Get custom notifications with our new Alerts feature. Simply sign in to your online banking to customize the alerts that suit your needs and choose how you would prefer to receive them. It's that easy. The Bruning Bank mobile app now features Credit Sense to help you monitor your credit score as well. And with the addition of Zelle, it's never been easier to send and receive money between family and friends. Call today or visit bruningbank.com for more information. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
All right, no calls this morning. It's Monday and it's snowing, so we'll let you off the hook today. And we'll be getting a hold of Steve Fowler here in just a moment. Brent, I did want to compliment how good you looked with Bernie Sanders sitting on your lap, evidently.
Yeah, I've gotten a few comments about that, and
I'm sure
I have not appreciated it. The first person to, I didn't even know the picture existed until my wife commented to me, sent me a text message, and apparently, well, there's the, what do you call it? Is it a meme? Is that what it's being
that's what they're
called,
calling it,
or whatever? Anyway, Mr. Sanders kind of all bundled up at the inauguration ceremony last week with those mittens, which I was reading an article over the weekend. Apparently, the lady who made the mittens is just getting bombarded with requests, and she has said, "I'm sold out."
She sold out.
But,
and Bernie he put T-shirts together as well, and they sold out.
Really.
And the good news is that all the money that's being made from this kind of internet weirdness is going towards I think the hungry and the food banks in his home state. So it's turned out to be good. But you guys look good together. You really do.
Yeah.
And I think Shannon looked pretty thrilled as well. But he's been showing up everywhere, just not on our site. He's been in millions of places.
Oh, that picture has just been all over the place. Wow.
Whoa. All right. Going to get you going here on a Monday with Grand Funk.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now.
The Locomotion Grand Funk on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and we were in contact with the grocery cart just a moment ago, and Steve and the crew was a little bit busy this morning, moving snow and getting ready for all the people coming in, getting bread and milk.
Yeah, bread and milk. Got to get the bread and milk. There's snow. Got to get the bread and milk.
While you're there, pick up some sanitizer if there's some on the shelf. Yeah. But bread and milk is always big, and, stocking up in case you can't get out. This particular winter system is going to leave us some snow, but knock on wood, they're not talking about a lot of wind. And
oh boy, thank goodness.
Yeah, we can get around okay. We know how to drive in the snow, but when it piles up and you can't get through, then you don't need to be out. So we can get along okay, but as long as that wind stays down, we don't need that. We don't need that. All right, so we have a little time here. So I guess what we should do is thank Viera Wireless for being part of our show today, as they have been. Let's go back and talk a little bit about their help, as we have been able to stream lots of different things, athletic events. And by the way, we're planning on working on the Custer County Quiz Bowl in February and bringing you that, so they'll be helping us with that. But let's go back to wrestling for a moment. We were kind of working in the house doing some fix-up, and we had the TV cranked up, and then we could run in and watch when certain wrestlers come on that we knew, or mostly, Broken Bow wrestlers. It was a lot of fun to listen to you guys' call, and it was a nail-biter at the end.
Yeah, it was a thrilling tournament. Yeah, the team race went right down to the final championship match, and Broken Bow won their third Southwest Conference Team Championship in the past 4 years. So great accomplishment. Congratulations to the kids. They finished with 173 points. Ogallala had 170 in the final team score. And depending on the weather, those two teams are supposed to wrestle this week in a duel. So that will be fun when they kind of hook up again. But, yeah, great day of wrestling all the way around. A lot of schools bring a lot of great kids to the mat, and, a lot of those teams will be competing in the same sub-district or then the same district, especially in that B4 district. So some of those matches we saw and we're calling on Saturday could see some rematches in the weeks ahead once we get to sub-districts and districts. So it was a great tournament. Appreciate Valentine High School and the way that they accommodated us for everything that we tried to pull off on Saturday, and we appreciate you folks listening and watching.
Yeah, it was great. Have the radio on and have the TV on, or however you wanted to do it, as long as you were following it and catching it and watching the kids do their best. And you've been able to also cover many of the area wrestlers in earlier coverages as well. And we've got some good wrestlers in all of our schools out there. Some schools have more wrestlers than others, but there's all schools that have good wrestlers, not even depending on how many they have. So it's going to be fun covering that a little bit later on. And now state's going to be a little different this year. You're going to have your districts and everything, and they'll be a little bit different, but it's definitely going to be different when you get down to the state tournament.
Yeah, they basically added a day to the tournament, and of course, Friday especially, when you got to Friday night in the past, you would have what I always believed to be one of the great nights in high school athletics in the state of Nebraska, and that was when you had all four classes wrestling. It was the semifinals. It was consolation matches to determine whether or not you would wrestle for a medal the next day. It was just a thrilling night. Unfortunately, that particular night won't have the same feel this year. Because of the COVID situation, they've added a day to the tournament. And so what they're going to do is they'll wrestle classes A and D on Wednesday and Thursday of the week of state wrestling. And they will basically conclude those tournaments. And then on the Friday and Saturday of the week, then classes B and C will come out and wrestle their state tournaments. So things will be kind of separated because of the COVID issue. But as we've been saying all year, every time we get to do a sporting event, we get to do a sporting event.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the end game is trying to make sure these kids have an opportunity to finish out their season. And however you have to make that happen schedule-wise, that's the right thing to do, in my opinion.
I agree with you, and they've been able to pull it off in this part of the country with the schools, and so we are so fortunate. Just hearing this morning about the kids wanting to come back to school and can't in some areas of our country. In some cases, teachers are still not vaccinated, and the numbers are really, really high in some areas of the country. We're losing 3,000 to 4,000 people a day. That's not anything to mess with, but here in our part of the world, we have been pretty fortunate, and we're, as you say, very fortunate, Brent, to be having the kids entertain us through this period of time. They always are entertainment no matter what. They don't even realize that sometimes, but in this case, it's nice to have somebody to watch and root for. Now, this is a very important day today. This is National Bubble Wrap Day.
Oh, my. Okay. Bubble Wrap Day.
One of the most satisfying things a person can do is pop bubble wrap.
Yes.
That's fun, isn't it? Feels good.
It is, and I'm embarrassed to say that even when you're older, it's fun to pop bubble wrap. As a kid, you can sit there and do it, well, all day. And I hate to say it, as an adult, you can too.
You can.
Or at least I can.
Bubble wrap was invented by accident clear back in 1956 when two guys from New Jersey tried to make puffy wallpaper out of two shower curtains they glued together.
Huh.
That's how it all started. So no one thought that that would come into bubble wrap because they were trying to make wallpaper, but soon found out it was great for wrapping things in boxes and so forth. And next thing you know, you have bubble wrap. So if you have some today, it might be a good day to pull it out of the box and pop it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a national holiday. All right, 7:58. We're going to have news for you again, going back all the way to Viera Wireless. Thank you very much, Viera Wireless, folks. If you want to check out their plans, you can do that online. But there's stores in the area, including one here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, on the north side of the square, open Monday through Friday, and they have personnel in the store and they have phones on display, and you can look at their new packages for 2021. Also want to let you know later on we'll be talking with Joyce from Runza. I'm thinking about buying a dozen of those little frozen Runzas.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think? Those would be...
I agree with you. Although I just buy 12 of the regular size ones.
Well, you don't
get the big ones.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're eating as many, but then if you have 4 of the little ones, you're probably right up to the big one.
Yeah, right.
And you could, wrap those, Joyce. This is just a marketing idea, but wrap those in bubble wrap.
Yeah, protect the Runza.
And then you'd have an entertainment value as well. Well, we'll ask her about it when we talk to her later.
I will say this. My family and I have done that, bought those frozen Runzas, and you just put them up in the freezer and hang on to them, and boy, do they come in handy. You're like, oh, man, is there anything to eat? Well, we have a couple of frozen Runzas in the freezer. Hey, yeah, that's perfect.
And one other note here, this is National Irish Coffee Day.
Oh.
This would be a great day for some Irish coffee, but I would recommend that you do that if you're not working today, because there is an ingredient in that.
It's not just coffee grounds?
No.
Oh.
But I think you can have something similar to it that's a lot like it without the punch.
Oh.
But if you're not working today,
there you go.
You can have an Irish cup of coffee if you so desire. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPVN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Health officials across the country say they're desperate for more coronavirus vaccine. Many have been forced to cancel appointments. CBS's Omar Villafranca is at a distribution site in Dallas.
Their latest shipment is expected to come in later on today, but they only found out they were getting that shipment yesterday.
The new president launches a new push for Made in America. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe.
Here at the White House today, President Biden is set to sign an executive order forcing federal agencies to buy more goods and services from American companies. The Buy America provisions are designed to boost the sagging manufacturing sector during the pandemic.
The search is on for suspects in the shooting deaths of 5 people in a home in Indianapolis, among them a pregnant woman. Police Chief Randall Taylor.
Based on the evidence that's been gathered so far, was a mass murder. More than that, we believe it was not random.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Gavin Higgins with you, and here is a look at state news. The legislature will soon be considering a move to make police body camera footage available to the public sooner rather than later. Joe Jordan with News Channel Nebraska has more.
As we have reported extensively, Omaha police insist the recent shooting death of a black man, 35-year-old Kenneth Jones, at the hands of a white officer was justified. At the same time, while police have released a handful of still shots of the traffic stop, police videos won't be released until a grand jury investigation, which is required by law, is completed.
It's not that I don't want to. I want to release the video. I mean, I'm pretty clear on that. Well, you got to understand, the video is the most inflammatory piece. You would witness a man's death. Arguably, if you're going to taint a jury pool, it would be with that piece of evidence.
Police have long relied on a state law which says body-worn camera footage contain investigative information and police tactics and are not considered public record. But State Senator Matt Hansen is looking at a new law that would turn body-worn camera videos taken when a person died while being apprehended or in the custody of law enforcement into public records. And the ACLU says the change is long overdue.
Nebraska has such a proud tradition of open records and open government. And I think that there needs to be a hard look and perhaps some updates to our statutory framework so that the public has a right to see and to know more about what's being captured on those body cameras.
So far, there is no hearing date set on the bill. It's not clear if law enforcement will oppose the suggested changes that would make police videos more available to the public. In Omaha, Joe Jordan, News Channel, Nebraska.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL playoffs, AFC title game saw the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs beat the Bills 38-24. Kansas City rallied down 9-0 early. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes had 325 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions in the win. He hit tight end Travis Kelce 13 times for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. And wide receiver Tyreek Hill didn't find the end zone, but he had many big plays and had 172 yards receiving in the win. So Kansas City goes to back-to-back Super Bowls. It's their 4th Super Bowl appearance in franchise history. They'll face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won the NFC title game, beating the Packers on the road 31-26. Tom Brady, 280 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in the win. Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers had 346 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in the loss. Tampa Bay wins 3 straight road playoff games to reach the Super Bowl. They'll be the first team to play in a Super Bowl in their home stadium ever. And for Tom Brady, it'll be his 10th Super Bowl appearance.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter weather advisory continuing. For today, cloudy skies with snow likely. 4 to 6 inches of daytime snow accumulation will reach a high temperature in the middle part of the 20s. Then for tonight, snow still likely there. Could pick up another inch or 2 of snowfall, low of 12 degrees. Into your Tuesday, some light snow with highs in the upper teens. Up to an inch of daytime snowfall. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Questions about your retirement deserve more than just a call center. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. Let me show you the difference personal attention can make when it comes to your goals. Contact me at 308-872-6849. That's 308-872-6849. Personal attention, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And let's take a look at those current conditions for you. Kind of peeked outside. Those winds are just at about 4 and 5 miles per hour. So you're seeing that snow not come straight down now, but it is still snowing out there under a cloudy sky. And our temperature is a steady 22 degrees this morning. Barometric pressure steady at 2980. Humidity at 94%. High yesterday was 29 with an overnight low of 20. Sunset today at 5:45. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:56. Now at 7 o'clock, we recorded 0.07 of an inch precipitation. That puts us up to 0.15 for the month of January. And we're probably near a ½ inch of snow now, or maybe more. It's a light, fluffy snow again, but again, there is that moisture underneath it. And you want to remember that when you're driving and pulling up to a stop sign, Maybe going down the highway, we noticed that the plows were out early this morning, dropping some gravel and pushing a little snow around, but there's a lot of frozen moisture underneath that snow that could cause you some trouble. So drive carefully out there if you have to be out, and certainly if you're out walking and doing things outside, be careful, because you could come around the corner and go way up in the air, and the landing part is the hard part when that happens. So be very, very careful, if you would, please. We want you to be healthy and safe out there this morning. That reminds me also, Brant, we want sometime during the show this morning, I want to get the list from the sales ladies of all the businesses that have been promoting our EMTs, our first responders, and our police and officials, law officials, all of this month. We've had a lot of great response from the businesses for that, and we want to thank them. We'll try to do that during the show as well. Brent's looking at his laptop, and he must have some things here to tell us, all brought to you by Custer Public Power, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body.
All right, we clicked the refresh button, and here are the postponements, cancellations, other information we have for you regarding the weather. We'll run through the schools for you again. I think probably by now everybody kind of knows what's going on here. And the theme is no school. But we'll run it down here again for you. And Selma Myrna Public Schools are closed. Ansley, no school today. Arcadia is closed. Arnold is closed. Broken Bow Public Schools are closed now for today. Burwell is closed as well, and no school at Callaway. Some other announcements: Central Community College, Lexington, and Ord Learning Centers are both closed today. Cozad Child Care, that's closed. Cozad Schools are closed. The Cozad Haymaker Grand Generation Center is closed today. No home delivery or bus service. Cozad Head Start is closed. Also, the Dawson County Courthouse is closed today. Gothenburg Public Schools, no school, no practices or activities. Gothenburg Senior Center is closed today. The Grace Lutheran Preschool in Lexington is closed. Here's a new listing that came, we'll throw it out there. This is from Lex, but Heartland Family Chiropractic in Lexington is closed. Lexington Public Schools are closed today. Litchfield Public Schools are closed. No evening activities. No school at Loop County Schools in Taylor. They're closed now for the day. No school at Ord. Overton schools are closed. Sandhills Public Schools in Dunning closed. Sargent is now closed for today. No activities. Stapleton is now closed. So Stapleton Public Schools closed today. SEM is closed, and no school at Thetford.
Thank you very much. Thanks to these sponsors. When you're stranded or in a tough spot, call Hunter's Towing and Repair. They serve Broken Bow, Custer County, and beyond with 24-hour towing and recovery, lockout service, jump starts, portable welding and fabrication, fuel delivery, spare tire changes, and motorcycle towing. Hunter does it all. Available 24/7 at 308-870-1983. Or visit HuntersTowingRepair.com to learn more about Hunter's Towing and Repair based in Berwyn.
It happens. We slip, we slide, we run into things. When you come to a stop, don't let that damage hang out on your car. See Todd and the crew at Fixed Right Auto Body. They'll get you back on the road with your vehicle looking awesome. Living here in central Nebraska, we battle winter weather every year. It wants to make us slip and slide and crash. Fixed Right is here to help. Fixed Right Auto Body, 872-6860. We're just north of the tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
From indoor and outdoor to out in the field, Ansley Lumber and Supply has what you need for your projects. There's nothing stronger than LP Smart Side siding for your home, and Pella, Marvin, and North Star windows can increase efficiency greatly. They have them. Does your kitchen need a new look? Well, Ansley Lumber has several lines of cabinets to choose from, and they offer quartz and granite countertops. Benjamin Moore Paint can freshen up a look, plus they have metal for your buildings, plus creosote and copper posts. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
Tips for weathering winter storms brought to you by Custer Public Power. If the power goes out, notify your utility of the outage. Have an emergency kit prepared to help you and your family weather the outage. Some items should include bottled water, non-perishable food, flashlights, a weather radio, and extra batteries. Use alternative heating sources safely and only venture outside if necessary. If you do go outside, treat all downed and hanging lines as if they are energized. Stay safe this winter season. These tips brought to you by Custer Public Power. Taylor Heating and Cooling, LLC, the guys you call when you're sweating and want to be chilly or shivering when you want to be warm. Based in Broken Bow, Taylor Heating and Cooling offers the area affordable service, repairs, and installation. Whether residential, commercial, or new construction, they welcome the opportunity to work for you. Give them a call and ask about their many services. 872-6196 or visit TaylorHeatingandCoolingBB.com.
8:11, we have guests we're going to contact, but while we do that, here's a little Cars for you. That sort of thing, Brent. We have Hannah Meyer with us from Off-Broadway Assisted Living. Good morning, Hannah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Your voice is cheery and nice. That helps us get through a snowy Monday.
Sure.
Well, talk a little bit about, we all know that everyone can relate maybe a little bit better these days to not being able to get out and do all the things that we'd like to do. And I know that the folks who live at Off-Broadway Assisted Living are mobile. Usually they can go do whatever they want to do. But with the circumstances out there with COVID and so on, that's reduced that quite a bit. And being sedentary is not something that's good for any of us. What are you doing to help the folks that live there stay active?
You know, my biggest goal is to get them out of their rooms, provide activities that they're interested in, and just I like to call myself just a little bit of joy in their day, because I just want to brighten their day, because I know that this time is hard for everybody, but especially them. They are used to being out. They're used to being able to see their family. And some of them say, you know, I haven't been out since March, and that's a year. That's a long time. So I'm just trying to make their home as enjoyable as possible.
Well, thank you for doing that, because those folks that live at Off-Broadway are some of the nicest people around, and I'm sure they appreciate what you're doing for them. I assume that like exercise classes, or I know a couple of years ago now, I guess it's been, I was up there and we were involved in bouncing a balloon around with some fly swatters, or just anything to get moving is important. And I assume that's kind of optional for your folks, because they're independent livers if they want to participate or not. But be important for them to take that in, and I bet most of them do.
Absolutely. A lot of them come to exercise. I definitely promote that. I also just promote the social aspect. We just on Friday had a pie social, and I thought that went over very well, and they were very excited to be out of their rooms, come grab a slice of pie and visit with friends. And bingo's obviously always a good hit, but just anything to get them out, get them social, get them doing things. It's just all very important. So
it is, and typically Off-Broadway invites the public into a lot of activities to, have that social interaction. I think about the Christmas gathering that's been taking place through the Broken Bow Library over the years, and you bring in musicians and fun things like that. And I assume some of that's been limited, if not available. So you're, as the activities director, you've got some challenges there.
Absolutely. I think part of the job is being creative and coming up with ways to give the residents what they need, despite the difficult aspects that COVID has brought, like bringing in virtual concerts so they can still have some of that entertainment, doing things room to room when we were in lockdown or in quarantine. They still need that social interaction. They still need an activity. So bringing a drink around, bringing a craft around, just bringing a smile to their door. I can tell that the smallest things right now brighten their day, and that's just such an encouragement.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard sometimes to imagine for younger folks that you would get tired of maybe playing a game on a device or watching television. But a lot of the generation that you have there, I know some of them love their TV, but a lot of them would prefer to do something else besides watch TV. They get kind of tired of it.
Yes, they do, for sure.
What are some of the things that you have going on that you could tell folks about that you're planning on doing, either ongoing now or in the future?
Ongoing now, I do Mocktail Monday, which is just a fun little drink of the day. They can come and get a drink, socialize, whatever. Bingo's also 3 days a week we do that, so that's a big hit. I'm starting resident birthday parties, which will be a party at the end of the month to celebrate all of the birthdays that took place in that month. I'm kind of looking forward to when we can have some nice weather. Hopefully we can get outside a little bit, depending on what's going on with COVID and the weather. I'd like to maybe see about getting some golf carts to drive around the building and just have a good time and enjoy getting outdoors. It's hard right now with it. I mean, today's a very snowy day, so it's like I said, it's part of the job is just being creative and finding new things to do and new ways to make fun. So
one of the things that most people enjoy, especially the folks that you have there, as far as an activity goes, and I hope you agree with me, is just having a visit with someone, whether it would be with you or one another, and just talking about things, maybe the past, or maybe what they enjoy doing, what they're maybe working on in their rooms. That visitation is a big deal, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I can't tell you how many times I go into a room anticipating to stay for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and I end up staying for 30 to 45 because they need that. And it takes me back as a young person. I need to step back and see they need this. This is their social interaction, and I need to get over what I need to do, the list of things that's running in my head, and take a minute and step back and just be there, because it makes a world of difference. And they notice that. They notice when someone will sit down and actually visit with them. I can't tell you how many times I've poured someone a cup of coffee and they said, "Will you please just sit down and have coffee with me?" And being able to do that is such a blessing. I'm blessed to work at Off-Broadway and have the opportunity to be a light to those residents. And you talk about talking about the old days. That's another activity I've been bringing in, is Takes Me Back Tuesday. So that's an activity where I come up with some questions to reminisce about kind of the old days and what life was like before. And that has been a hit, too, because they enjoy conversing with each other and going back and forth on stories. And I enjoy it, too, because I get to learn about their lives. And that's it's just such an encouragement. It's just such a blessing to hear about their lives.
Well, you answered the next question is, do you learn from them? And it sounds like you provide them the social activity that they're looking for, and at the same time you get to learn a lot about the way things were and some of the things they enjoyed. Now, did most of them walk to school 2 miles up and 2 miles back?
Yes. That's what they like to tell me. And they like to tell me, if I complain it's cold, they're like, "Well, we never had heat. We never had air conditioning," and just their war stories of the past. And I think they just enjoy telling a young person those things because I think it makes them proud, of what they've been through. And I just see them as being so resilient to go through this. And like I said, as a young person, it makes me take a step back and realize what they have gone through and what they are going through now. And it helps me be a more patient person, and it helps me have a little more resilience through the pandemic and through all the craziness that's going on in the world right now.
Well, I think that's a real good thing to talk about on a Monday. Now, one of the things I know that you can also add to all of that, which is a big hit, and I'm surprised you haven't seen Brent or I sneaking in, is that ice cream machine you have there.
Oh, yeah, that is for sure a big hit. Ice cream, coffee, hot chocolate, you name it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you taking time today to kind of tell us about what's going on at Off-Broadway Assisted Living. And we was visiting with Terry last week, and I think Brent had a conversation with her about there are some rooms available that could be talked about. Is that still the case?
That is absolutely still the case. Just please feel free to give us a call and talk it through with us. I know that it can be a difficult decision. It can be just something kind of difficult to go through, and that's why we want to be here with you through that process. Another thing our residents really enjoy is getting cards and letters from the community. So if anybody has that on their heart to send cards, we would sure appreciate that. And like I said, we do have rooms available, so if you are interested, feel free to give us a call, and we're more than happy to discuss options with you and help you through it.
Well, Hannah, you've made us feel better just by listening to you talk about all the experiences you're having with those wonderful people there. And I hope anybody out there might be interested in taking a look for one of their loved ones, or, you know what, you have to be, 55 or older?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's probably a 56-year-old out there right now thinking about, I'd like to live there right now.
Yeah. Well, we'd sure love to have them.
All right. Thanks. Is there anything that we didn't ask you about that you wanted to tell the folks about this morning, Hannah?
I don't think so. Like I said, they enjoy getting cards and letters, and I enjoy passing them out. So if that's on your heart in the community to send cards or letters, I would definitely take them. So That's probably about it, though.
All right. Now, can they just call Off-Broadway and get a mailing list of the residents that might like a card?
Yes, they can do that, too. Or my email address is activities@offbroadway.com.
Okay, that'd be a good way to do it, too. You bet. Hannah Meyer, thanks so much. You made our day.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for chatting with me this morning.
All right, we'll look forward to the next time.
Yeah, have a great day.
You too. Bye. Oh, that was a nice uplift. Hannah Meyer, Activities Director at Off-Broadway Assisted Living. Sounds like she's getting as much out of it as they are for her services there. A bunch of great people there, Brent. I know you know that.
Yep, indeed.
All right. So it's 8:27, and we're going to be visiting with Joyce here in just a little bit about what's going on at Runza. Tomorrow's Temperature Tuesday. That should be a pretty good deal tomorrow.
Yeah, should be.
So we'll find out more about that in a little bit.
I'm like a kid when I wake up and when you heard the forecast, I'm like, is it snowing? Is it snowing? Yeah, I don't know. Been this way my whole life. I love snow.
Well, we like the way it looks from the window when it lays nice and flat and it's kind of pretty out there. And really, we're getting that today so far. So it could be a heck of a lot worse. And one of the things I think that was mentioned this morning on the Ag News Brownfield report was that our ground is really not frozen very hard to this point. So this moisture that we're getting sinks in and kind of stays there for the spring planting. So we can be thankful for that as well.
Well, good. See, it does have some positives.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're
My father always told me, if you would have had to work out in this, you wouldn't love it like you do. And I said, you're probably right, Dad. I probably wouldn't, but I didn't have to do that, and I love it.
Oh, good. Well, we know you're having a great day then. We were mentioning temperature Tuesday coming up tomorrow. The forecast looks like some folks are going to get some really, really good values tomorrow with Runzas across the state and a few others as well.
Absolutely, yes. Tomorrow we're starting another temperature Tuesday tomorrow morning, and the way that works is the lowest temperature at a Runza location at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning will be the price of your original Runza when you buy a side item and a drink. So I always say we can hope for warmer weather in Broken Bow and really cold weather in Chadron or Valentine and still get the benefit of that lower price. So all day tomorrow, whether you're in drive-through, dine-in, or carry-out, you get that price of a Runza. The 6 a.m. temp will be the price of a Runza when you buy a side item and a drink. So I think last week the combo meals were coming out at about $3, something like that.
Wow, that's great. I think last week was correct me if I'm wrong, the Longmont, Colorado store might have been the low amongst all of the Runzas. So you can even use the temperature up in Colorado to get it down nice and low, too.
Absolutely. They'll use it anywhere in Runza land, so that works for us.
Okay.
I wanted to mention that side item does not have to be French fries, even though that's how all the advertising works. It can be any side item. It can be onion rings. It can be frings, which, of course, is a combination of fries and onion rings. But it can also be a side of oranges, a side of applesauce. It can be a side salad. And for a little bit more, it can be soup. And remember, every day we have our homemade chili and our potato bacon soup. And then on Tuesdays, tomorrow is always our Wisconsin cheese soup. And then we have that broccoli cheese on Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. And that Wisconsin cheese on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So those soups rotate in and out, but always have potato bacon and chili. So that can be a side item as well with your Temperature Tuesday special. Wanted to mention, kind of big news, a week from today, February 1st, the fish sandwich will be back.
Oh, good. That's going to really be a nice change, isn't it?
Yeah, we get asked about that fish sandwich year-round, and so we have a lot of regulars on that fish sandwich. It's just a very large filet, hangs over the bun, good flavor, and that will start next Monday, February 1st. So that's a sign of spring as well.
There you go. And I want to also ask you, you're still allowed to order the fish without the bun?
Absolutely. You just order it with no bun. We'll serve it in a container to you, and with a knife and a fork, and you eat it just like a filet, of course.
Yeah. You take it home, put it on a plate, maybe put a little something beside it and pretend that you actually caught a fish.
There you go. You can sure do that. Yeah, you can order a side salad or something with it.
Yeah.
And you have your meal.
No kidding.
Wanted to mention, if you're not on Facebook, Broken Bow Eats, which was started kind of at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, is a site on Facebook for the Broken Bow area. It's Broken Bow Eats, and you can see all kinds of things on there as we post reminders from Runza. We'll remind you when it's Pig in a Blanket Day. When we have new products coming out, you'll see that on there. So it's a good way to connect with us and kind of see what's happening if you're not right in our restaurant. We communicate through that with specials, new products, anything like that. So Broken Bow Eats on Facebook. Wanted to mention, too, a couple things to be looking forward to. Be watching. Coming soon will be a Runza app that you can put on your phones. You'll accumulate points. You can redeem it for different food items and so forth. So that's coming up in the future, a Runza app. And also coming up in March, we are going to have a Reuben Runza. So we're looking forward to that being something different. So lots coming up.
Have you tried the Reuben Runza?
No, we have not. We are not on any of those committees this year that work on that, and so we haven't had the opportunity to try it like the years when we were on those committees and got to sample new products.
Yeah, sounds like it might be kind of tasty.
Oh, I think so. People like Reuben. So
Yes, they do.
I think it'll be a fun change for a while, just for something new. Wanted to mention, of course, we sell so much soup, and sometimes people ponder what it is they want to put with that soup. And don't forget our wraps. We have our ranch wrap, our ranch chicken wrap, which is by far the most popular one, and that comes, of course, with your tortilla shell with a chicken strip, and then it has lettuce, shredded cheddar cheese, and ranch dressing. Or we can spice it up a little bit and add buffalo sauce as well, and that will be a buffalo chicken wrap with buffalo and ranch dressing, and, of course, lettuce and your cheese. Or we have a salsa wrap with lettuce, salsa, and jalapeno ranch, or a taco wrap with lettuce, cheddar cheese, ranch, tortilla strips, and taco seasoning. All of those, of course, have chicken. And then we have our BLT wrap, which is just like it sounds, bacon, lettuce, and tomato wrap, and those have been real popular since they came out.
That's something that, okay, we've talked about this before, but as customers, we sometimes get in a rut. Is that the right word? Where we go,
yep,
I like this one particular thing, so I'm just going to go in and sit down and have that, or drive through. And those wraps sound like that would be such a nice change from whatever our norm is.
It is, and they pair very well with the soup, or with the side item as well, fries, onion rings, or frings. But they just kind of seem like a natural with the soup, and they're not huge. They're kind of a lighter item. So if you want a bigger lunch, a lot of people just order 2 of those wraps and put them with the soup then.
Sure. And the soup is, you have a nice cup of soup, but what's your favorite soup, Brent?
Well, I stutter because a potato, bacon, and Wisconsin cheese are like on the same level for me.
Oh, okay.
Those are my 2 favorites.
But they're all creamy and really hearty soups. It's not like, I don't know if anybody out there has never tried a Runza soup. I can't imagine that they haven't, but it's always really nice and thick, and I don't know. It's just almost a meal in itself.
Yes, especially the chili, I think. The chili is just extremely thick. I mean, your spoon will stand up in it.
Yes, and you can pour it on a hot dog too, right? Big dog.
Yes, we have that pig in a blanket on Wednesdays, and as long as we're in soup season, you can get a chili cheese pig where we put that pig in a container and then add the chili and cheddar cheese over top of it, and definitely a meal in itself.
All right. Anything else that we didn't ask you about this morning, Joyce?
Just wanted to mention, recently we've had it happen several times, and in all the bad news in the world, it's great to have some good news. And we'll have people that'll start a string of pay it forwards, and they'll ask to pay for the car behind them, and that might go on for 9 or 10 cars. And it's so heartwarming, and it makes our help so excited that it's happening, and people are so surprised and happy, and then they'll say, well, I'll just pay for the car behind me. And so anyway, just some good news.
That is good news. Matter of fact, not the last time, but recently I was out, and how you kind of you're up to the drive where you're going to pay, and you look, and sometimes they're just kind of around the corner. And I looked back, and I didn't know. I thought I knew who it was. I didn't know for sure, and I thought I'm just going to do that same thing. And then the reward from that was, well, number one, feeling good about maybe just making somebody feel a little bit better for the day. But then secondly, the gal in a business that I didn't, because I wasn't sure it was her, said, thanks so much for doing that day. And so it's just a win-win for everybody.
It is, and it's fun. And, you hear such bad news, but there's so many good things happening in the world and happening in Broken Bow. So one more of those good things here. We do care about our neighbors and each other.
Joyce, that's a great way to keep us lifted up on this snowy day for those of us who aren't happy about it. We appreciate it.
Right, yeah, and if anybody wants to come over and play in the snow with me, give me a call because it's a great day to be alive.
All right. Thanks, Joyce.
Yep, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Joyce from Runza in Broken Bow. Everybody's been so nice today. It's been uplifting to have our guests on that we've had. Actually, that concludes our guest list for today. We are going to concentrate a little bit on thanking some folks for some of the promotions we have going, and we also have a $25 gift card to give away today. And I've lost my list, so I'm going to find out who that's going to be today, and we'll let you know.
Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio.
Oh, that's
today.
right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that would be a nice one.
Yeah, very nice.
Go down and get yourself a new plant to put in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Or buy your wife some flowers, Brent.
Wow, yeah, there you go. Am I eligible?
No, not to win it, but you could go buy her some flowers.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're really putting me on the spot.
I got you in the corner. All right, we'll take a quick time out. We'll be back.
Is my farm completely insured? Am I covered when I drive my ATV from field to field? Do I have all locations I farm covered for liability? This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. I have found over the years that most of us let our insurance policies renew year after year and never take the time to see if we are adequately protected. Let's sit down and review your coverage today. Call Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency at 308-836-2201.
Applications to attend Broken Bow Public Schools' new Discoveries Preschool for the 2021 to 2022 school year are being taken January 4th through the 29th. Children must be 3 by July 31st and not turn 5 before July 31st. Pick up applications at North Park Elementary or call 872-2982. You can also email christy.osman@bbps.org or kim.jonas@bbps.org. Fee to attend is based on income. Again, to pick up and submit applications to attend New Discoveries Preschool before January 29th.
Since 1917, Nebraska State Bank has been helping Custer County and its neighbors progress with innovative products and superior service. And they are here with you, helping you achieve your goals, reinvesting in our area by involvement, leadership, and donation as a means to help others strive and succeed and to further invest in our communities. With all of their locations here in Custer County, Nebraska State Bank is proud to serve you in Callaway, Myrna, and 2 locations in Broken Bow, and online anywhere all the time at nesb.bank. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Don't let winter weather and the fear of falling keep you stranded for the season. Poor balance doesn't have to be a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment from Pearson Physical Therapy, offering clinic, home, and telemedicine visits. Don't fall, give Pearson's a call at 872-5800.
Paid for by Asset Marketing Services, LLC.
2021 marks the 35th anniversary of the American Eagle Coin Program, and these historic silver coins will never be the same again. Why?
The U.S. Mint has unveiled new designs for the 2021 American Silver Eagle coins, scheduled to appear mid-year.
This means now is your last chance to get an American Silver Eagle coin with the original Eagle design.
The American Eagle Coin Series has become the best-selling coin series in the world.
Act fast or miss your opportunity to own the last year of this historic Silver Eagle coin design.
Just call govmint.com at 1-800-495-6468, and you're guaranteed a shiny, new, perfect mint condition American Eagle silver dollar.
Get them now before time runs out.
Call 1-800-495-6468 now, and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, free with every order.
This exclusive offer is only available by phone. Call 1-800-495-6468 now to secure your American Eagle silver dollar coins before the current design ceases production. That's 1-800-495-6468.
It happens. We slip, we slide, we run into things. When you come to a stop, don't let that damage hang out on your car. See Todd and the crew at Fixed Ride Auto Body. They'll get you back on the road with your vehicle looking awesome. Living here in central Nebraska, we battle winter weather every year. It wants to make us slip and slide and crash. Fixed Ride is here to help. Fixed Ride Auto Body, 872-6860. We're just north of the tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
All right. So good to have you along. How's that?
You going to play Sweet Caroline now?
No, we did that. Didn't we do that on last week?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, Neil Diamond had his birthday last week, I think.
80 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just when you went so good, I'm like, oh, wow, maybe he's going to play the song.
Birthday today, Alicia Keys is 40.
Oh.
She's quite good.
Yes, very talented.
Now, going to have a little conversation here, and we don't want to dive in too deep because we do consider ourselves broadcasters. But Larry King passed away over the weekend.
Yes.
And his story is interesting because he started in radio, of course, and I think some of the wording that had been expressed yesterday that I happened to catch was that he still felt like he was a radio guy, just with a picture, because of the way he thought the microphone was the big deal because of the conversations you can have over it. This is just a thought on Larry King, and I know a lot of folks in this neck of the woods are not CNN people anymore, but back in the day, it was really kind of the leader in cable news television at that time, and Larry King was a big reason why, along with a few other broadcasters. But what I always enjoyed about Larry King was that he didn't have to get aggressive. He didn't have to combat with people. He just had this wonderful conversation, and pretty soon they were telling him things that they wouldn't have told him if he was being a little more aggressive. He just had a way of having a conversation with people, and next thing you know, they're talking about stuff that they probably never thought they'd talk about because he was such an easy guy to talk to.
Yeah, he never showed up as guest.
No.
He never tried to impress his guest with his knowledge.
No.
He just asked a question, and there were some people, I think there were some times that, especially when he dived into, say, a political interview, where people didn't think he was tough enough.
Yeah.
I never minded that. He asked a question, the person would answer it. When their answer was done, there might be a follow-up question, but he just, I don't know, that was just my personal feeling on him. He never, he always took, the guest that he was interviewing was the star of the interview, not himself.
Right.
And I always admired that about him.
Yeah, he was accused of throwing a lot of softball questions, but again, in the end, he got all the information out of that person that people were wanting and more, because he didn't hit him head to head on things. He shouldn't maybe kiss Marlon Brando, but that was
yeah.
But that was one I read where that was one of his favorite shows.
Yeah,
because he didn't have a problem with it. But he was a legendary broadcaster, and I think he started out in radio in maybe Miami, a little show he had down there, and then he was in D.C. doing a radio show when CNN contacted him, and I think he was like, what's this all about? I love what I'm doing right now. And 25 years later, he's put together a pretty good record of knowing how to interview people. At least we think so here on The Breakfast Show. And again, that's the Bernie Sanders story. We already talked about that. That's pretty good. Today in history, this one kind of caught me by surprise. Today in history, back in January of 1961, that was 60 years ago today, President Kennedy held his first presidential news conference to be carried live on radio and television. 60 years ago today, they actually went, with electronic media for the first time, really. And I think sometimes you think about that it happened before that, but Kennedy was the first one to have it be carried live on radio and television at the same time. January 25th, 1961. Here's Boz Scaggs. Mixed Up Sugar Girl, Boz Scaggs on the radio this morning. It is 8:54, and we'll ask Brent Apperson, even though I don't believe things have changed too much, to read through the changes, because we're approaching 9 o'clock. Most of these school changes, as Brent mentioned, are well known by now, but just in case, we'll go through those and thank our sponsors, Fixed Right Auto Body, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Ansley Lumber, and Custer Public Power District for making these announcements available to you.
Yeah, we'll go through the schools one more time here for you, and we'll update you on some other information that we've received as well. And Selma Myrna closed today. Ansley is closed. Arcadia Schools closed. Arnold is closed. Broken Bow and Burwell both closed. Callaway Public Schools are closed today as well. Central Community College Learning Centers in Lexington and Ord are both closed today. Cozad Child Care closed. Cozad Schools are closed. The Cozad Haymaker Grand Generation Center is closed. No home delivery or bus service. Cozad Head Start closed today. Also, the Dawson County Courthouse in Lexington is closed today. This is a new one. Deb's Embroidery, Airport Road, I believe, is where she's located. Broken Bow, closed today. So Deb's Embroidery in Broken Bow closed. Gothenburg Public Schools closed. No practices or activities. The Gothenburg Senior Center is closed today as well. Grace Lutheran Preschool in Lexington closed. Let's see, what else we have here? Lexington Head Start is closed. Lexington Schools are closed today. Some other area school information. Litchfield Public Schools closed. No evening activities. Loop County Schools in Taylor closed. No activities. Ord schools are closed today. Overton schools closed. No school at Sandhills in Dunning. No school in Sargent. Stapleton Public Schools are now closed today. SEM is closed. And Thetford Public Schools are closed today as well.
All right, we'll hear from our great sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Taylor Heating and Cooling, LLC, the guys you call when you're sweating and want to be chilly, or shivering when you want to be warm. Based in Broken Bow, Taylor Heating and Cooling offers the area affordable service, repairs, and installation. Whether residential, commercial, or new construction, they welcome the opportunity to work for you. Give them a call and ask about their many services. 872-6196 or visit TaylorHeatingandCoolingBB.com.
When you're stranded or in a tough spot, call Hunter's Towing and Repair. They serve Broken Bow, Custer County, and beyond with 24-hour towing and recovery, lockout service, jump starts, portable welding and fabrication, fuel delivery, spare tire changes, and motorcycle towing. Hunter does it all. Available 24/7 at 308-870-1983 or visit hunterstowingrepair.com to learn more about Hunter's Towing and Repair based in Berwyn.
From indoor and outdoor to out in the field, Ansley Lumber and Supply has what you need for your projects. There's nothing stronger than LP Smart Side siding for your home, and Pella, Marvin, and North Star windows can increase efficiency greatly. They have them. Does your kitchen need a new look? Well, Ansley Lumber has several lines of cabinets to choose from, and they offer quartz and granite countertops. Benjamin Moore Paint can freshen up a look, plus they have metal for your buildings, plus creosote and copper posts. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
It happens. We slip, we slide, we run into things. When you come to a stop, don't let that damage hang out on your car. See Todd and the crew at Fixed Right Auto Body. They'll get you back on the road with your vehicle looking awesome. Living here in central Nebraska, we battle winter weather every year. It wants to make us slip and slide and crash. Fixed Right is here to help. Fixed Right Auto Body, 872-6860. We're just north of the tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
Tips for weathering winter storms brought to you by Custer Public Power. It's important before a storm even begins to know the differences among watches and warnings. Winter storm watches mean the heavy snow, freezing rain, or sleet are likely within the next few days and to be alert. Warnings mean stormy conditions are starting soon and to consider canceling plans to travel outside of the home. Blizzard warnings advise those in the area to seek refuge immediately due to snow, strong winds, and near zero visibility. Stay safe this winter season. These tips brought to you by Custer Public Power.
Thanks to our sponsors, Custer Public Power, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body. They always bring you changes due to the weather. Also, many of those same sponsors bring you severe weather coverage when that occurs as well. Wanted to thank our police and firefighter sponsors for this month, and we really appreciate them taking part in saluting the volunteers and law officials who work for us here in central Nebraska. Our business include Mount Custer Truck Sales, Custer Public Power District, CarQuest here in Broken Bow, Bruning Bank of Broken Bow, the Grocery Cart and Muddy Creek Auto of Broken Bow, Agribest Feeds, and Costa's Styling Salon, Broken Bow Housing Authority, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Trotter Service, BD in Broken Bow, also the Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, Callaway District Hospital along with the Callaway and Arnold Clinics, and Sandhills Motors over in Arnold as well, A1 Auto Repair Arnold, and Custer Federal State Bank here in Broken Bow and Kearney. Thank you very much for bringing the fact forward that we need and should appreciate our police and firefighters. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Moderna says it isn't wasting time developing a vaccine booster to counter a new, more potent coronavirus variant detected in South Africa. Dr. Anthony Fauci.
This is an evolving situation. So what we need to do and are doing are already looking at making upgraded versions.
With shots in short supply, one company is throwing in the towel. CBS's Jim Krasula.
U.S. drug maker Merck is giving up on 2 potential COVID-19 vaccines after poor results in early-stage studies. The company says it will now focus on 2 possible treatments for the virus that have yet to be approved by regulators.
House Democrats are expected to deliver an article of impeachment against former President Trump to the Senate this evening. Florida Republican Marco Rubio tells Fox.
I think the trial is stupid. I think it's counterproductive.
The trial is scheduled to begin 2 weeks from today. Democrats hoping for an indictment. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL playoffs, AFC title game saw the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs beat the Bills 38-24. Kansas City rallied down 9-0 early. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes had 325 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions in the win. He hit tight end Travis Kelce 13 times for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. And wide receiver Tyreek Hill didn't find the end zone, but he had many big plays and had 172 yards receiving in the win. So Kansas City goes to back-to-back Super Bowls. It's their 4th Super Bowl appearance in franchise history. They'll face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won the NFC title game, beating the Packers on the road 31-26. Tom Brady, 280 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in the win. Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers had 346 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in the loss. Tampa Bay wins 3 straight road playoff games to reach the Super Bowl. They'll be the first team to play in a Super Bowl in their home stadium ever. And for Tom Brady, it'll be his 10th Super Bowl appearance.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter weather advisory continuing. For today, cloudy skies with snow likely. 4 to 6 inches of daytime snow accumulation will reach a high temperature in the middle part of the 20s. Then for tonight, snow still likely there. Could pick up another inch or 2 of snowfall, low of 12 degrees. Into your Tuesday, some light snow with highs in the upper teens. Up to an inch of daytime snowfall. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Spring is near, and Custer Electric and Irrigation is already gearing up for all things pivots. The books have begun filling up with the mild weather, so call today to replace old sprinkler packages or schedule your pivot inspections. Schedule a pivot inspection before March 1st and receive a discounted labor rate as well as a 10% discount on all replacement parts used. Lance follows a 47-point inspection process so you can feel confident in your pivot's performance as spring planting gets underway. Now through March 1st, enjoy 10% off all inventory. Stock up on gearboxes and center drives. Try that new FieldNet product you've been wanting. Or stock up on supplies for your next electrical job. All 10% off through March 1st. Interested in NF Trax tires or FieldNet products but not sure if you want to take the plunge? They have limited availability for farm demos, so hurry and claim your demo products today. For your one-stop shop, call them at 308-880-1507. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
22 degrees outside, and we still have snow, and we're going to get some more snow. Winter weather advisory in effect through Tuesday evening, and we're expecting anywhere, as we mentioned earlier, 4 to 8 inches, so plan on slippery road conditions and slow down as you travel. If you'd like to know about the roads, you can call Nebraska 511 for the latest road information. You can also go to Sandhills Express and go to Weather tab, and you'll find all sorts of information, radar picture, weather, the road conditions, closings, all available under the Weather tab at sandhillsexpress.com. Well, Brent, we don't have a lot left in the show as far as things to tell people about, but we should remind them about Nebraska Land Hearing Center here in Broken Bow. There are many communities of this size and counties of this size, areas of this size, who do not have an expert in the area of hearing. We have, the good fortune to have lots of good dentists and doctors and that sort of thing, but we're blessed to have somebody that concentrates on our hearing.
Yes, we do, and her name is Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Broken Bow. And you can see her at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Right now, Roxanne is offering some specials, which include a possibility to receive a $500 discount for buying local, offering trade-in values on old hearing aids, also a $1,500 stimulus special. So to find out more about these specials, you just need to call Roxanne, and her number is 308-384-3852. Call now to make an appointment. And if you're having a hard time understanding loved ones, especially over the phone, well, make sure you talk to Roxanne about free amplified phones available for the residents of Nebraska. Free follow-up care and office visits. Just set up yours today by contacting the Nebraska Land Hearing Center at 308-384-3852.
February, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy medium fries and a drink. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
9:13 is your time. Dave and Brent with you here on this mighty fine Monday morning. And we want to talk a little bit about a very important service that's available to us here. Also blessed to have this type of facility in Custer County in central Nebraska and here in Broken Bow. And first of all, let's just say, take special people with special training to take care of people with special needs. And those needs in this case is somebody who is suffering a loss of memory, whether it be through dementia or Alzheimer's. And that we want those folks to live the very best life they can. And most of us don't know how to handle that. It takes special people to do that. And we're fortunate to have Quality Senior Villages here to do that for us. If you'd like more information, ask for Kent at Quality Senior Villages about how maybe they can help out you and your family. They're also offering some work for people who are gifted in, taking care of people and doing the things we're talking about.
Yeah, they are looking for some help at Quality Senior Villages, looking for full-time, part-time medication aides, as well as resident caregivers. At Quality Senior Villages, they do value their employees, committed to providing employment opportunities to caring, compassionate, and dedicated professionals. So if you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of residents at Quality Senior Villages, they encourage you to apply today. To apply or to ask questions, you can call the facility at 872-6387, 872-6387, Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow.
is 9:20, and Brent just asked me a very good question. What would you do if you won the recent lottery and won $1 billion? How much money would you need in this world? What would that do to your life? Would it be good or would it be not so good? How would you handle it?
I have no idea. My mind can't even get itself wrapped around $1 billion. Now, $1 million, I guess I can wrap my mind around, but $1 billion? What, 1.05 billion, right? Was the winning amount. Now, has anyone have they announced someone who has come to claim it, or we still just know that there was a winning ticket sold?
The last audio cut I heard on CBS News was the proprietor of the store where that person had bought it said, we're still waiting for them to come in, of course, because if they don't, the store doesn't get any money because they get a percentage of it. So I don't know. I haven't heard an update on that. But I just don't know what you do with $1 billion. $1 million isn't what it once was.
No.
We know that. And the government will get half of that billion.
Yeah, right.
But still, that's an awful lot of money to wonder how you're going to spend. You could do a lot of good things with it. You'd also have a lot of friends you never had before, or friends that really didn't stay friends that all of a sudden became your friends again.
Oh, my. Yeah.
So
I don't know that you think, I think the first thing everybody comes is like, oh, all of my financial problems are gone. Well, I don't know. It almost seems like maybe brings up a new set.
Well, first of all, you're going to have to take some of that money and build a wall around your house.
Oh.
And get privacy and security beefed up and worry about that and your family members. And I don't know. There's the right amount of money in the world to fit your needs. I don't know if that's really... I know it's not as exciting, but wouldn't it be nice if they just give that $1 billion, $2 million at a time to lots of people rather than $1 billion to one? But I have to be perfectly honest. I very seldom ever play, but when I do, it's when it's like that.
I know, yes. Yeah. I think I've bought 2 Powerball tickets in my life, and it's always when the news is promoting that it's like a record jackpot.
Yeah.
But I think that lots of times when it gets that high, sometimes you have like more than one winning ticket, right? So sometimes
I really don't know how it all works.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it seems to me like maybe sometimes in the past these record jackpots have been like 2 or 3 tickets, say, that had the winning numbers. But this
one was
just
time.
one for over $1 billion. My gracious.
Well, one thing we know for sure, that billion wouldn't really help much for the trillions of dollars that the United States is in debt right now. If you look at it that way.
No.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of job opportunities that you have left there, Brent, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we do have a few, and you can find these listed on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page, and right now you'll find a couple of listings through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership, as they are looking for an individual to work as an infant-toddler cook, and also looking for an individual to work as an infant-toddler home visitor. Now, for both of these positions, they offer great benefits, including health, dental, life, and vision insurance, an exceptional PTO plan, paid holidays, and retirement available. Qualified individuals must possess a high school diploma or equivalent, a valid Nebraska driver's license, and a working phone. For the home visitor position, they prefer prior experience working with children ages 6 weeks to 3 years old and working with income-qualifying families. And for the cook position, they prefer prior experience working with food, cleaning, and infants and toddlers. To find out more, you can contact CNCAP Human Resource Department at 308-745-0780, extension 105. You can also go to their website to apply, and that is centralnebraskacap.com. Also, we remind you that Sargent Pipe Company still looking for help, looking for a full-time general laborer, and looking for a full-time welder fabricator at Sargent Pipe. You can apply in person at 114 North First Avenue in Broken Bow. Insurance and 401k benefits apply for both of these positions. You can also go to their website, find out more at sergeantpipe.com.
Well, this just in from Michael Davis down in Florida. I imagine he's enjoying temperatures in the 70s, somewhere about that.
Yeah, are they in a winter weather advisory?
I doubt it. I doubt it. He does go on to say, though, and he left a little message on the chat box, too, on the breakfast show. But this is an email. It says, Dave, taking off from Brent's skepticism of your Packer fandom, may I offer an explanation of my own. Like you, I was initially a Packer fan. Bart Starr, Paul Hornung, Fuzzy Thurston, all those were on television nearly weekly at that time.
Mm-hmm.
They were winning a lot. They were his favorite NFL team, and he rooted for them in the first 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
And yes, against the Kansas City Chiefs, who were in the inferior AFL.
Oh, my.
This changed as the 70s dawned. The Minnesota Vikings began to win, and the leagues merged, creating my 2 favorite teams, the Vikings at 1A in the NFC and the Chiefs at 1B in the AFC. Then he sent a photo of 14 men as proof of this fandom back in 1969. Since moving to Florida over 35 years ago, he said, I go with the flow, and when a local team like the Marlins or Rays or Dolphins or Buccaneers win, I'll root for them as long as they aren't playing one of my teams.
Mm-hmm.
This brings me to this year. The matchup could only be better if the Vikings were representing the NFC, but they stink. So while I'm happy the Bucs are there, I'm rooting for the KC Chiefs. Go KC, Michael Davis.
Okay.
Michael, that's almost is an emotional email, but I've got aliens to worry about here in Custer County, my friend. I've got possible aliens coming out of the ground around the radio station here. So as much as I appreciate that, thank you so much for sending it, I have to take my attention off the Packers and put it towards possible alien interference or invasions here in Custer County. It's my duty. It's like we mentioned this morning, you got to walk tall sometimes and take on responsibilities when you have possibility of people being harmed or having their brains sucked out as they're in a spaceship up in the sky and not know it. Does that make any sense to you at all?
None whatsoever. No. But I can't wait to see how this plays out for you.
Well,
you believe that aliens are like around the area. Is that what you're saying?
I think this is a perfect time.
You've seen signs. Maybe the better way to put it is, according to you, you have seen signs or even had feelings that aliens are around central Nebraska.
That's very true. And I am going to reveal some of these things that I've been investigating recently.
Really? Oh, I can't wait.
In the near future.
Okay.
So
look forward to
ready.
that.
Now, if you're out and about, folks, and you're in a place where people are wearing masks, and I hope that for your sake they are, but if you look at their eyes and they look like a cat's eye or a lizard eye, let me know. Because I think this is the perfect time for aliens to invade the Earth when we're all wearing masks, and they can go about their business wearing masks, put on a suit coat. We don't know what their bodies look like if they put on clothes. They probably have just a regular scaly skin that they could wear without the clothing on. But if they wear clothes, maybe wear a stocking cap and a mask, come on. Could be an alien invasion.
Mm-hmm.
We have some preliminary proof here at the radio station that there has been some hatching of eggs out here at the station, and I believe I'm going to do further research and find out just what kind of eggs they are and do some scientific studies. So the Packers, okay, they got beat. Now that made me feel bad, but I have some bigger aliens to fry now. We're going to take one more time out.
I would say something, but I have absolutely nothing to say. I don't even know how to converse with you on this.
You're my partner. You're my breakfast show partner. You need to interact on these situations.
Well, I probably do. but I just have not seen nor felt any of these signs of alien life like you have.
Well,
sorry.
And if let's say they are invading and they come to this Earth and they're nice, because I'm not saying they're right off the top that they're bad, derelicts and things like that. They might be very nice. They might just be here because they've watched us, and even though we struggle, that we're generally nice people. But what if they aren't nice? Then what are we going to do?
I don't know, Dave. I don't know. I guess just hope they're nice.
Do we authorize them as citizens if they're nice?
I don't know.
See, these are all things that are in the future. We don't.
Will they get a stimulus check?
I don't know if they might. If we can get them a Social Security number, they will. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with these words.
Applications to attend Broken Bow Public Schools' new Discoveries Preschool for the 2021 to 2022 school year are being taken January 4th through the 29th. Children must be 3 by July 31st and not turn 5 before July 31st. Pick up applications at North Park Elementary or call 872-2982. You can also email Christy.Osman@bbps.org or Kim.Jonas@bbps.org. Fee to attend is based on income. Again, to pick up and submit applications to attend New Discoveries Preschool before January 29th.
When policemen say goodbye to their family before leaving for work, they know in the back of their minds that there's always the chance it could be for the last time. Just like our military men and women, our police officers put their lives on the line every day, defending our safety and our freedom. Let's let our local heroes know that we appreciate what they do.
Brought to you by Custer Federal State Bank, inviting you to call or stop in to talk to them about historically low mortgage rates.
Custer Public Power would like to thank all of our local policemen and women, as well as firefighters, for the sacrifices they make to be the first on the scene when an emergency strikes, just as when your power goes down. And Custer Public Power has to be the first on the scene. Our first responders are people we can depend on because of their dedication to us as citizens and their preparedness. Take a moment to thank a first responder today. Custer Public Power, empowering progress.
There's still time to set new goals for 2021. Bank smarter and stretch your dollar further with Premier Checking from Bruning Bank. With Premier Checking, you earn interest on your account for completing simple actions you already do. Currently have an account with us? Transitioning takes less than a minute. Interested in setting up a new account? Sign up is quick and easy. Stop in or call one of our friendly customer service representatives to get started. Visit bruningbank.com for rates and details. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
9:33, and we have new information in here. I wouldn't call it breaking news, but I guess it could be. Some new information that Brent has accumulated from our news man, and I do mean man, Higgy Baby. What do you have for us, Brent?
Well, before we go on the breakfast show, we'll kind of run down the postponement and cancellation information that we have. I think I'll bypass the schools. I think everybody knows what's going on with those now. So I'll just kind of scroll through here and take a look at some things that maybe have just popped in. We've received word that the Custer's Last Stitch Quilt Guild in Broken Bow, their Monday meeting at the Broken Bow Public Library for tonight has been canceled. Also, Deb's Embroidery in Broken Bow, they will be closed today because of the weather. Gavin did come in and tell us that the mail's going to be late today, as you might imagine. So mail delivery will be delayed due to the weather. That comes from the Broken Bow Post Office, so we want to make sure that you're aware of that. And I think that's kind of it as far as the newest information that we've received in the past hour or so. Again, as we continue to battle through these weather conditions today and tomorrow, we always encourage you that if you want to stay up to date on closings and postponements, you can go to our website, sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the weather tab and you can click on closings. And by the way, if you do have something that you would like for us to announce and post on the closings page, the best way to go about that is you can still call us, 872-5881, during business hours, 8 to 5. Email us, info at sandhillsexpress.com. Those are the two best ways to send us information to make sure that your information gets read and posted.
All right, when we come back, we'll close the show. Before we do that, I'll ask Brent to kind of talk a little bit about the MNAC again and kind of just give you an idea of how we're going to handle things here. We'd like to thank our weather sponsors. Those include Fixed Right Auto Body, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Ansley Lumber, and Custer Public Power District. All right, Brent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you hit the wrong button, or was it aliens?
Well, no, I'm not gonna because the lights haven't been blinking today, so I don't think.
Are you okay?
Well, I told you I went to that spaceship, and it hasn't been. I wouldn't call it right since then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. We're going to hear from some of our weather sponsors, and then Brent will be back in a moment to tell you about MNAC. That's coming up next.
Tips for weathering winter storms brought to you by Custer Public Power. If the power goes out, notify your utility of the outage. Have an emergency kit prepared to help you and your family weather the outage. Some items should include bottled water, non-perishable food, flashlights, a weather radio, and extra batteries. Use alternative heating sources safely and only venture outside if necessary. If you do go outside, treat all downed and hanging lines as if they are energized. Stay safe this winter season. These tips brought to you by Custer Public Power.
Hey everyone, this is Tammy at Fixed Right Auto Body in Broken Bow. When you're taking your vehicle in for repair, go with the place that treats your vehicle like it's their own. That's Fixed Right. From paintless dent removal and hail damage repair to deer collisions and panel replacement. Come get an estimate today. Safety and attention to detail are always our top priority. That's Fixed Right Auto Body. We're just north of the railroad tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
From indoor and outdoor to out in the field, Ansley Lumber and Supply has what you need for your projects. There's nothing stronger than LP Smart Side siding for your home, and Pella, Marvin, and North Star windows can increase efficiency greatly. They have them. Does your kitchen need a new look? Well, Ansley Lumber has several lines of cabinets to choose from, and they offer quartz and granite countertops. Benjamin Moore Paint can freshen up a look, plus they have metal for your buildings, plus creosote and copper posts. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
There's one thing I can remember about my experience when I was in the spaceship.
Oh.
Maybe I was just wishful thinking or I had a dream about it afterwards, but they had a wet bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great for you.
Kind of a green gooky stuff, but at least they had a wet bar. What do you have for us there, Brent?
This note just came in to us. Mid-Plains Community College Broken Bow campus is going to be closing at 11:30 this morning, and then all afternoon and evening activity at the college will be canceled for the rest of the day. So Mid-Plains Community College Broken Bow campus closing at 11:30, and then afternoon and evening activity at the college in Broken Bow canceled for today.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. We're going to hear from a couple more of our weather sponsors, and then we'll be back to talk more alien information.
Wonderful.
You seem excited about it.
I'm thrilled.
Taylor Heating and Cooling, LLC, the guys you call when you're sweating and want to be chilly, or shivering when you want to be warm. Based in Broken Bow, Taylor Heating and Cooling offers the area affordable service, repairs, and installation. Whether residential, commercial, or new construction, they welcome the opportunity to work for you. Give them a call and ask about their many services. 872-6196 or visit TaylorHeatingandCoolingBB.com.
When you're stranded or in a tough spot, call Hunter's Towing and Repair. They serve Broken Bow, Custer County, and beyond with 24-hour towing and recovery, lockout service, jump starts, portable welding and fabrication, fuel delivery, spare tire changes, and motorcycle towing. Hunter does it all. Available 24/7 at 308-870-1983 or visit hunterstowingrepair.com to learn more about Hunter's Towing and Repair based in Berwyn. 9:40 is your time. Just one last thought on this alien situation. I know people are skeptical about it and would think maybe this is like fake news or not true or kind of like Bigfoot. But let me just ask you folks a question out there. Are some of you out there experiencing the fact that your phone doesn't stay charged as much as it used to? It runs down quickly? This is what's happening with yours truly's phone. I just charged it this morning, and I'm at 5% right now. That's been going on for several weeks now.
Well, how much have you been using it today?
Not a lot.
Oh.
I don't usually use my phone that much.
Well, it sounds like it's time to get a new phone.
No, it's not that old, Brent.
Oh.
It's just all of a sudden it started the depreciation of the battery just was faster than normal. And I'm pretty sure that has to do with blinking lights and aliens. Anything else before we close the show?
No, I don't think so. Of course, we were supposed to have high school basketball on the air for you tonight. I think we can be safe in assuming that's probably not going to happen.
Yep.
So two big conference basketball tournaments that we'll be covering for you this week on our radio stations. Of course, you have the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference Tournament scheduled to go on this week, and Broken Bow will be competing in the Southwest Conference Tournament. Now, there was information sent out last evening that Broken Bow's Southwest Conference Tournament opening round games have been moved from tonight to tomorrow night. So the plan right now is to play Broken Bow's opening round Southwest Conference games, girls against Cozad tomorrow night at 6, followed by the boys against Gothenburg at 7:30. And we will be up there, and we'll cover it for you on KCNI 96.3 FM and KCNI1280.com. Obviously, if something changes with that, we'll let you know. Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference Basketball Tournament, it was kind of my understanding that they were going to be kind of visiting about things this morning. So when any information becomes available regarding that, as far as schedule changes or whatever, we'll certainly pass that information on to you as well.
All right. Before we go, we're going to give people a chance out there to win that gift card.
Oh, yeah.
$25 gift card. But before we do that, I just want you to know that you see this bag of apples here?
I do see that bag of apples. They look a little bit browner than they did at the beginning of the show, but yes, I do see that bag of apples.
Well, I usually eat these during the 6 o'clock news or 7 o'clock news.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were busy.
But it was a little more
morning.
busy this year. But there was 12 slices of apple in this bag. I've eaten 2.
Well, there's only like 5 left.
I know. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe an alien came in and ate. Look, there's a bite out of that one that they didn't finish.
It kind of looks like it, yes. It was not me, I can tell you. I did not eat any of your apples.
Boy, I'm starting to freak out again.
You might want to put those in the fridge. They look like they're getting brown.
I'm going to eat them.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I want alien juice on them.
Well, no.
What if they slobbered on that apple?
Well, if aliens happen to be listening right now, if you are in the area and you're looking at subjects to study as to the way we do things around here in this area, I suggest you pick a different subject than Dave. I don't know. I don't know if he's the one that you want to base your study on or not.
I will take the first caller, and I'm not going to play that song today.
You're not?
No.
Because thank you.
I think that it might be attracting aliens. Good morning. Good morning. You're on the air.
Sending him back home.
This is Deb.
Hi, Deb. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. I know you're here to win the $25 card, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have any use for some house plants? Maybe you could use the certificate at the Broken Bow Floral to pick up a house plant.
Yeah, I need another one.
Oh, good.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
You know, if the aliens slobbered on your apple,
yeah,
it's okay as long as they don't have COVID.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, that's a freaky thing to think about, Deb.
You started it.
That's correct. Good response.
Oh, Deb. Well, stop out when you can and pull in, and we've got the card here for you. We want to thank Broken Bow Floral so much and the plant studio for making this available, and we're going to be doing that again tomorrow. But when you pull up out here, Deb, just be kind of careful. I feel like maybe we're kind of a target spot here. We've got this big landing area out behind the building here where spaceships can actually land during the evening hours. So,
well, are you sure the aliens aren't related to the muskrats over in Berwyn?
I don't believe there's any connection there whatsoever, Deb.
Okay. I won't worry then.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations. Thanks for listening each and every day. We appreciate it. And have yourself a alien-free day.
All right. You too.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Today's gift card giveaway is to Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio. That's where Deb won the certificate to today. If you haven't had a chance to be in there, by the way, it's newly remodeled. New owner Julie Heffley's done a great job with the store, and I know she's had a lot of help in that process, too. They're excited for you to stop in and check out all they have to make your loved one feel special. And, you know, we've been talking about this Love Local promotion that we're kind of being a part of here at KCNI KBBN. Well, don't forget they have the Love Local promotion going on through the Broken Bow Chamber as well, which is going to start on January 28th and will run through February 11th. And here's the way that promotion will run. Each $25 purchase at participating businesses gives you an entry for the $50 gift certificates that will be given away by sponsoring businesses, with the grand prize being a night's stay at the new Kincaidor Bed and Beer.
Oh.
So shop local, love local. Be listening for your chance to win gift cards here on KCNI KBBN during the breakfast show, but also get involved in the Chamber's Love Local promotion, which runs January 28th through February 11th.
And if you've alienated someone sometime or another, and they feel like an alien to you, or maybe you feel like an alien to them, get them some flowers at Broken Bow Floral. And they'll put a little Martian on the flower for you if you ask.
Oh.
Might be speaking out of turn here, but I just have a feeling that Julie has some little alien gadgets there she could put on the flowers for you. She doesn't actually even know why, but I believe she's been up in a spaceship as well. So long, everyone.